What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new here, I welcome you. My name's Zach, and this is We Are Lucid. The purpose of this channel is to help cultivate greater awareness in our lives so that we can experience greater mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. The purpose of today's video is to explain a 3-day fast in which I'm currently taking part, about halfway through it now, as well as the preparation I did before the fast to make it go so smoothly, and also explaining what fat adaptation is, or keto adaptation, and its role in fasting and throughout other areas of our lives. So, why would I want to fast anyway? Well, over the past few years, I've been researching and experimenting with fasting quite a bit, and I regularly intermittent fast. That is, I eat within a restricted time period each day. So maybe between 4 and 8 p.m., I'll consume all my calories, and then I'll be fasted for the other 18 hours of each day. And I've noticed significant improvements in my physical and mental health since doing so. And I've also experimented with extended fasts, which are longer than 1 day, and I've done 2-day fasts, 3-day, 4, 5, 6-day. And those are kind of a different animal, but they come with even more benefits, not only physically and mentally, but emotionally and spiritually as well. So if you're not familiar with fasting or the physical benefits that occur with fasting, I've made previous videos that go into more depth about increased levels of growth hormone and BDNF, increased insulin sensitivity and immune functioning and cancer fighting. So there are just a whole host of physical benefits that occur during fasting, and if you're not familiar with that, I really recommend you go out and check out my other videos that I've made. Also, if you're really interested in this stuff and just increasing your health overall, I recommend you hit the like button below and then also the subscribe button so that you're notified whenever I get a new video. And in order to get notified when I release a new video, you'll have to hit the bell icon. It's in the shape of a bell right next to the subscribe button. So when you hit that, every time I release a new video, you'll be notified on your phone and you can go check it out. I really appreciate that, guys, because not only does it help you by letting you get access to this information as soon as I put it out there, but it also helps the channel grow and it helps other people like yourselves also increase their health and wellness. So I appreciate you doing that. Aside from the physical benefits of fasting, I'm really enjoying the mental and emotional benefits that come with fasting as well. We are so emotionally tied to food. From our earliest days, our parents put a bottle in our mouths when we cry, and we learn to associate distress and negative emotions as being cured by food. And we just see it today with habitual eating patterns when stressed out or sad, depressed. People just eat and they think that's going to make them better. And it just doesn't. It just makes you fatter. And it just makes you have more gastrointestinal problems. That's all that eating does, at least overconsumption. Many of us don't mindfully eat. And I know that's something I really struggled with before I began fasting. And even to some extent, I still have to really work on being mindful when I eat so that I'm not eating too quickly or that I'm not watching a show while I'm eating. So fasting is really good practice from separating yourself emotionally from food. And you'll notice that when you fast, you'll just see how much time other people spend going to get food or thinking about food or sitting down and eating or snacking throughout the day and pulling their energy away from other areas of their lives. It's quite amazing how powerful food is on our lives. So by fasting, you kind of reset your relationship with food, and I found that I've developed a greater awareness and appreciation for what food is and what food is not. So I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again just because it's so important. The way you prepare for a fast is just as important as the fast itself. The way in which you prepare for a fast determines not only how you'll feel physically and mentally during a fast, but also the results you'll get from your fast. Preferably, you'd like to head into a fast being moderately to highly fat adapted. Now, what does this mean? Fat adaptation, also called keto adaptation, is your body's ability to turn your body fat into fuel that it can readily use for energy. Now, since most of us eat high carb diets that constantly spike insulin and suppress fat burning, the average person's level of fat adaptation is remarkably low. And it's likely that if you've never experimented with fasting or a ketogenic diet for an extended period of time, it's likely that your fat adaptation levels are really low as well. So what can be done about this? Well, you could go on a ketogenic diet, which is a diet that's composed of mostly fat and protein and very, very limited amounts of carbs. So by restricting carbs, you keep your insulin levels low and you allow your body to tap into your natural fat burning processes. Or you could fast. Now, I said it's important to be fat adapted while you're fasting, but one of the quickest ways to get fat adapted is to actually fast. So you might feel lightheaded and dizzy as your body transitions to burning fat as opposed to burning glucose, but it's a pretty sure way to tap into your body's natural fat stores and then set you up for more effective fasts in the future. That'll be easier because you are already fat adapted. I remember my first fast was a little rough and accompanied with some headaches and slight fatigue and tiredness, and that's just kind of the way it is. Your body is literally going through a metabolic shift. You're transitioning from burning glucose and glycogen to burning ketones and your own body fat for fuel. It's a major shift in metabolism and cellular processes, and it's kind of to be expected that you're going to feel like shit maybe the first time you do it. But all I can say is stick with it. It's a way that our body, evolved. We weren't always having refrigerators stocked full of food and available to us 24/7. In fact, there's a lot of places in the world right now where people regularly go without food for extended periods of time. Now, what we're doing is not starvation, like I've said in previous videos, but we're mimicking our body's natural protective and durability and just toughness processes. Fasting is stress on the body, but even if you've never fasted before, you can improve the way you feel and the results of your first fast. Before you jump into an extended fast, you might want to try intermittent fasting, which is just a fast over the course of 18 or 20 hours. So you can just pick a day and give yourself a 4-hour eating period. Say it's between 4 and 8 p.m. And just don't eat from 8 p.m. the night before until 4 p.m. the next day. And then boom, you fasted for 18 hours. Now, if it's your first time doing this, you're going to feel uncomfortable, likely. You're going to feel like you're hungry and you're irritable and you're faint because you just need food and you're going to die without it. And that's all psychological. And that doesn't mean it's not real. The mind and the body are deeply, deeply connected. But you're not dying because you lack food. It's just your first time fasting, and it's super uncomfortable for your body and mind. So what else can you do to make your first fast go as smoothly as possible? Well, you want to keep your carbs extremely low the days before you fast because you're going to be depleting them through natural processes, just being alive, walking around, thinking. Your glycogen is going to get depleted as it usually does. However, when you abstain from eating carbs, you don't replenish that glycogen, so your levels stay low. Further, you're going to want to work out super intensely if possible, either sprinting or lifting weights intensely, doing some HIIT cardio, just to deplete your glycogen levels even faster. And this is going to help you get into ketosis and get you fat adapted as fast as possible. When we're fasting, we want to tap into ketosis and be fat adapted as quickly as we can, because that's going to get us past what's known as the keto flu and just that lethargy and the fatigue that comes with transitioning from burning glucose to burning fat. Alright guys, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found anything useful, have any questions, definitely comment below. I'll respond to all the comments. And just let me know if you'd like me to cover anything specifically in future videos. I'd be happy to cover any topics that you guys are interested in. I ended up breaking my fast today at about 70 hours with an apple, and then I also had some small meals throughout the day, just some eggs, and I'm having some fish and steamed veggies for dinner. Nice, easily digestible food. And I'll make sure to have some sauerkraut and some fermented foods to help restore my gut biome. But nice, easy fast. I felt great throughout the whole time, and definitely the way I prepared for this fast with regard to eating very few carbs and exercising intensely the days leading up to the fast helped make this one of the easiest fasts that I've ever done. So, wish you guys health and peace, and I'll see you in future videos.